But yeah, this is the. Let me back up a little bit so you can see. I bought this tiny home from an architect. He had to move, so I basically took off his hand and was going to keep it, but it's not benefiting me right now to keep it. So, do you want me to just kind of a 360 or?
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
great.
Jake, do you have any questions?
I do, yeah. So, I guess first off, can you explain, just from first looks, the reasoning for the brakes? Is that just to kind of level it out, brace it? Why do they recommend? I guess I'm a first-time tiny home owner, so I don't know some of these.
Yeah.
Is that just to brace it in place?
Well, any foundation, it moves, right? So you don't want to let it sit on the tires because it will shift. Like your tires tend to deflate and inflate depending on the heat. So whenever you want to park it long term, you want to put it on some kind of foundations, like a brick, to level it. And more movement will definitely hurt any foundation, right? You don't want your house to move.
Right.
So that's why we level it. We put the bricks and we don't let it sit on the tires.
Okay.
Keeping the tire, new as possible. Yep. So it's a mini split. So this is the mini split. It is propane for the water heater. So you have a propane tank here. The water heater is right here. So this is where the water connects. And then of course the water heater is what makes it hot. Yep. And then I'll show you the inside. Electricity is on the other side. It is a 30 amp, but the electricity components in the tiny home, I've been running on 15 amp with no problem, but it is recommended to do at least a minimum of 30 amp if you want to use all your appliances, right? Then you want to do at least a minimum of 30 amp. There's a hitch. So yeah, it's a trailer. This also has a little jack built in here. It's kind of nice.
Okay.
But we don't need it. We just put everything on brick. It's definitely recommended than the jacks. I'm not sure if you saw the windows. The guy who designed this is an architect, and he's really big on like Northern Scandinavian style, and that's why he built this design.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like your standard farmhouse tiny home. I own 3 tiny homes, so I love this design. I just wish I had a place for it. This is where the amp that you plug in.
Okay.
So if you have a place to park it, this is where you run your electricity. So see tires. Da-da. Another water hose outlet, which is nice. So it's off for both sides. Window. Okay, let me go inside now. It's hot.
And then while you're outside, I guess one second, for the sewage, the black water and gray water, can you show that port?
There's no black water, gray water. It's just like a house. It's not like an RV where it collects. You literally have to install if you go to like an RV park, they do have a sewer line that you can just drop everything in. So everything flushes like a home. Your water drains out all into the sewer here. So fresh water pumps into the house. All your dirty water goes to the drain.
Okay.
There's no dirt, gray water tank or anything like that you have to flush. So less maintenance, in my opinion. That's the reason why I don't like RVs. So, anything else from the outside?
No, that looks good.
Yeah.
How did you get the sewage dug in? Is that something, or is that something you had already, or did you contract with someone to? I
contracted. Yeah. So I don't know what your goal is. Are you trying to buy land, or are you trying to just rent a lot?
So I have land for it.
Okay.
And parking, and I guess I'm unfamiliar with how all that works. If you need it.
So, is your land, you own the land, or is it someone else? Okay. Now, is your land already have sewer or some kind of electricity or water?
It has electricity and water, no sewage.
Okay, so that's what you need to get installed. You have to hit, contact a plumbing company to basically install. I don't know how easy it is for you to tap into a sewer line in the city. If you don't, you're gonna have to build what we call like a sewer, like a tank. What's it called? I forgot what's that word. But basically, it's like a septic tank. There you go. That's the word. So you're out in the onland. Yeah, you have to build a septic tank where all that dirty go into that septic tank, and then a company would go out and clean every. I don't own one ever, so but talking to other friends, I mean they do it at least once a year.
Okay.
To get it serviced and cleaned. So that's definitely something you need to look into.
Okay.
Yep. Anything else? Oh, there is a Ring camera that's hardwired, so you don't have to worry about no battery. And then it has a keyless entry, which you can replace too. But I'll give you the code if you need to configure that.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Of course, an outdoor outlet right here. I am gonna go inside now. So here's all the main components. These are very nice. It's called light switch. It's pretty much like kind of clean looking.
Mm-hmm.
Has a dimmer and power on and off, so it controls almost everywhere. So this is the bedroom area. It is built in. These are extra space that you can do for storage. Yeah, these are all. There's an electric box. These are just black curtains I have in here. If you want the curtains or not. He built a little cupboard thing here to kind of put your phones and stuff in here.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And this is the fan and the mini split remote control.
Okay.
So again, the light switch is over here, comparing all the main room. Really bright windows. An area for your TV. If you decide to mount a TV here, there's a switch. I haven't lived here. I bought it for intentional Airbnb use, but never get to put it on Airbnb. So this is really heavy for me to lift up. But the reason why it's heavy is because I didn't install the that thing right here. Yeah, so if you have it in there, it will repel up. It's gonna stay up, right? So that's why I took it down for transport. But that's how you easily, if you put a mattress on there, it will keep it down. But if you don't, it will lift the bed up. So just extra flooring, vacuum cleaner, just an extra storage underneath the bed. This is a queen size frame.
Oh, Luwan, can you pause real quick? Jake, are you still there?
Yes, still here.
Okay, great. Good. Okay, continue, Luwan. Sorry.
Okay. Of course. So looking at this view here, this is about, if I remember, I measured about 72 inches, so you can fit some kind of couch here.
Okay.
I just have this extra chair here. There was a table here, but it got dirty and it didn't look good, so I kind of took it away. It's a really cheap table from IKEA that you can put here, but let's see what else there. The windows, ceiling fan, a lot of doors and windows. More storage. So just extra stuff came with the house, like all the manuals, pictures. I can't reach up there, I'm too short. Refrigerator. It's a really nice refrigerator, really slim. Get a little cubby down here for storage again. More storage here. It doesn't have a stove, but you can install it. I just like it clean, so that's why he designed it too. We have a portable induction cooktop, but it does have room if you ever decide to, because this is not what's it called? Quartz. It's just I forgot what material it is, but it's easy to cut and install one if you ever need a stove top. What I like about this is also the dishwasher built in.
Nice.
That is really nice. A lot of tiny homes don't have dishwasher, I'll tell you that. Sink. And then this is a washer dryer combo, LG. They run about almost $2,000. And then you have your microwave here. A lot of storage. I have storage on top here too.
Okay.
I'm not sure you can see that picture. And then a lot of storage here.
And then that unit, is that your heating and air?
That is a mini split for heat and air, heat and cold.
Does that run pretty quiet, or is it, in your opinion?
Super quiet. Yeah, I love mini split. I prefer mini split over a regular AC. For a small room, of course. They're cheap to maintain also, and honestly cheap to replace if there's something go wrong. So
Okay.
this is a vent. Actually, it vents out. A lot of tiny home don't have vent out, so this is, oh, and there's lights. I'm not sure you see this. Took it out. So you can see when you plug it in, there's like stream of lights down on the floor as well, and around the bed. Okay, so there's a bathroom. It is a pocket door. Where'd it go? Where is it? Oh, right here. Yay. So pocket door for the space. That's how you space. There's a shower. This is an LED mirror. It's one of these buttons. There's a lot of buttons. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still don't remember what, but it's LED.
Oh wow.
So this is brand new. I replaced it because I didn't like the other one. Storage. Okay, so he likes Northern style. So this toilet is really European. Very nice. So like the big flush and the small flush.
Okay.
And then this window, it's frosted for privacy, and you can open it out. So that's another thing. Has a screen door. Oh, and he likes stars, so he installed some kind of star thing here. I'm not sure you can see it.
Very cool.
Yeah. But that's about it. A little storage area here too. It has a vent to it. Again, the bathroom vent. And that's about it, guys. Anything you want me to check test out or?
Yeah, Jake, do you have any more questions?
I guess, and you probably don't ever need it down south, but in the winter, is there any kind of skirting or anything to put underneath to help insulate it to keep it warm?
Yes, I don't, but I read a lot of tiny home tips and stuff. You can build skirts and insulate the skirts. So what you want to do is you build skirt underneath these thing and insulate. But the most important part is I didn't tell you, but the water heater has a heating component that will heat so that it doesn't freeze the pipe.
Okay, nice.
I pay an extra like $600 to have that in here. But you know, Texas, you want to get like that storm. So what I usually do is I prep it, right? I want to make sure I constantly drip water. You can buy a heated hose to basically make sure the water constantly are warm to flow into your house. That's another thing you want to invest in. Heater hose, making sure your water continue to drip inside, and then keep the heater like at least 70, 75 or something. Can't remember. But yeah, that's all I have to do to keep this tiny home safe.
Okay. Let's see here. So, what would you tell a new tiny home owner? I guess in the first year that you lived in yours, anything in particular? I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It seems like an apartment. But is there anything that I should be aware of, or anything that you'd want to tell a first-time buyer?
So of course my main thing is your land, right? I don't know your city restriction, so definitely do your due diligence to check to make sure they allow tiny home in your land. Dallas doesn't, and so how I go about bypassing that is that this is actually a travel vehicle, right? It has a registration tag. So, but I can't live in it. So whenever the city comes by and find me, I was like, this is actually a travel trailer. I'm parked in my parking lot.
Yeah.
So you couldn't, find me. But if you find a house, a land that's outside the city restriction, and they don't have no restriction, then yeah, you can park your tiny home there. The challenge I experienced, and when I did live out in, I bought a land out in like an hour away from Dallas. Internet was hard to find.
Yeah.
So I had to run off a hotspot to get that internet. And now T-Mobile started creating all these home internet that's relying on cell tower. So you might have a luck getting internet out there wherever you're at. So that's another challenge you may run into is the internet. Insurance is easy. There's a lot of I can refer you to several insurance company that will insure a tiny home. That's easy to do.
How much do you figure a month for insurance?
For insurance, I think I pay like $700 a year, so it's really not much.
That's not bad. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And because if you think about it, it's insuring your vehicle.
Right.
Yeah. Whereas like your land is another thing. So the insurance, you might have to cover the land and your vehicle, then it'd be a little bit more.
Yeah.
But just the vehicle alone was like $700 a year.
Okay.
And because the value of this tiny home is, you know, not as high as a regular dwelling home, right?
Right.
Or cheaper. What else? So I came from a 3,200 square foot home into a tiny home when I first got into that living, and just mentality wise, I had to train myself to live small.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of, you know, minimalist studies. I actually stayed in a few tiny home before I even considered buying a tiny home, just to make sure I'm ready for that kind of small space living. And I did purge a lot of my stuff to live small.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like you already live in an apartment.
Yeah, I'm just in a studio apartment myself, so it's it's pretty easy.
So yeah, I don't see you having any issue living this small, to be honest. Other than that, I really don't. I prefer living small. It takes little time to clean the house. A lot of stuff you have to, you know, you don't have to worry about buying or fulfilling.
Mm-hmm.
More time outside when I had that life, but
Yeah.
you met somebody, you have to live bigger now. So
Yeah, very true.
and I have 4 dogs, so that didn't help either.
All space for that many. What
Yeah.
when you travel with her, if you've ever taken it sounds like you just kind of parked it, but is there anything in particular that you need to make it road ready, like taping down counters and all that kind of stuff? Or
Yeah, I don't see this as a camper van, right? Like
Right.
I used to have a camper van, and it's meant to travel. It's like an RV is meant to travel because you have stuff that you don't need to lock down. This is an actual home. It's a portable home, so you just have to imagine anything that you can see moving. You need to, you know, tie it down or block. You know, put it in a box. You know, lock it in place. But I had transported 3 tiny homes when I bought my other tiny home, and no issue. Maybe like light fixture kind of.
Light fixtures.
Yeah, we'll move there and there, but that's easy to fix.
How about windows? You know, I'm a little concerned with how many windows there are. No issues with breaking a window or anything like that.
Yeah, these windows are framed in pretty good. This one drove about, I would say, 200 miles to get to this location.
Okay.
So I don't know how many miles between me and you right now, but no, I didn't. My other house, it was about 300 miles, and the window also has a lot of window. I didn't have any issue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that's I think a lot of my questions. And then yeah, just that propane. How often have you changed the propane if you were living in it full time?
I haven't lived in one, so I don't know. But my friend who does have a tiny home, because propane is really used for heating, right?
Right.
You know, like your hot water. So the more hot water you use, but you can buy a meter on the propane to let you know when it's low.
Okay.
Yeah, and propane is easier to fill. I think it's like $30. You buy the new one, it's like $60, but you get it refilled like $30. It lasts pretty long, in my opinion.